Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jesse, your DM.
Cody playing Lazarus.
Brennan playing Diz.
Mike playing Nim.
Britt playing Kenna.
And we are Double Doubles and Dragons. We're a group of goofy Canadians that have gotten together to play a little D&D. Sometimes we will say things that are inoffensive. We mean them as jokes, of course, and they're certainly funny to us, but some people may find this offensive. If you do, we apologize, but we don't want any hate mail about it. So just don't listen, okay? Let's jump right into the action. Welcome back, everybody. So, let's cover off what happened last session quick. So, we got to see a little bit of what's going on with Lazarus. He's in a strange room with a ceiling for a floor and a floor for a ceiling and a big metal door on the wall at the ceiling. And you're in there with a couple of kids who call themselves the Lost Ones. And, they seem okay enough to talk to you, or at least two of them do, but they seem pretty resigned to being in there these days. And we found out lighting a candle in there is not a good idea.
Nope.
Made quite a loud knock that I'm not sure how will translate audioly to our episode, so apologies for any headphone users in the last one. And then we went back to the rest of the party, who were just trying to kind of get a handle on how things are going where they are, and then there started to be a sort of ominous little sound as the vines began to rattle against the window frames, and over time that rattle seemed to get a little less short and a little more... Nim did get a chance to ask Willie some questions that may help them with getting to the mortuary house. Found out the land up there's a little swampy, so things might get a little difficult, and then the shaking kind of started to persist a little longer and a little harder, and now they're in a situation where Dis went to go check out what's going on outside, and all of a sudden it seemed to be really sort of constant as a slow, long knock started. So I'm going to put this down for now, just because it'll get, I'm sure, really hard to hear me talking if I just do it continuously. But from this point on, as Dis kind of backs back into the little kitchen with the rest of you guys, that rattling doesn't stop anymore. It's just sort of constant, and that slow at the door doesn't stop either. Something's just slowly knocking at it consistently.
I back into the room, so somebody's at the door. Hear a knock in there. I say we go, and I pull out my god weapon. I say we go answer it.
So I pull out my god weapon.
I'll pull out my spell focus and just be like...
Are you serious? We're answering the door.
Yeah, somebody's knocking. It's the nice thing to do.
What if you answer the door and you just get taken?
Well, you guys have a very particular set of skills, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
He is correct.
Some of our skills are a little tired from today.
Let's all answer at once. That way, if we can take it together. And then we can save Lazarus.
This could be completely different. The people go disappearing through shiny objects versus the blinds.
If we're adventurers, we don't hide. We fight.
You're hiding
our
right
rights.
now.
I mean, it's a good point.
Kenna's got you there. Here's the knocking, immediately backs into the kitchen. What? Adventurers don't hide.
What if we waited a little bit and see what happens?
But then, what if it... Well, I guess I couldn't really take anybody else. I think we should answer it still. And we need to figure out what's going on.
We answer it all together. And if it tries to take him, I'll just...
We send Bird.
He's got proficiency in dexterity. We'll just
That's
fireball him.
That's right, I can dodge.
Why don't we just send Bird to go get a bird's eye view? Hey.
But Bird can't get out of the place without going through the door. Or we open a window, which seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, we still have to open the door if we want to send Bird.
There's a door in the back, isn't there?
No, the door in the back you think leads upstairs to rooms.
We just go jump out the window.
This one's not as nice as Lil's Tavern that has, a better setup. This is really more a one way in, one way out type of building.
They both just turned and looked at me.
And then both of them are like, we just pull out our guns.
Wanted to be the rock.
And I start blasting.
I've had to convince them to do so many convince them not to do so many things. I don't know if this is a good idea.
It might not be. But we'll do it together.
And then we'll walk out into the main room. Oh,
Okay.
wait, and make sure everybody's...
Okay.
Yeah.
So the three of you walk out into the main room, and again, this is just constant now, as well as the knocking. As you all step out, you hear through the door, kind of as Willie closes it behind you. Well, it was nice knowing y'all. Just kind of closes the door behind you.
You're like locked.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh, I think we got this.
And we'll walk up to the door.
Okay.
Does this open like towards us or outside, or is it a swinging door that can go like either way?
Inward.
How sturdy of a door is it?
I mean, it's made of wood. Made of the same wood as the rest of the buildings, so it's been in a misty, foggy environment for 10 years straight. I mean, I'm sure it's not the sturdiest door ever.
So I want to walk up to the door and make sure everybody's around me and my weapon out, and I want to...
So let's, just to make sure I understand the layout, because it may become important in a moment, let's just draw where you guys are
Are you
standing.
getting our minis?
I knew I did this earlier somewhere.
Where's the rest of them?
In the bag.
We
I don't know how well the mic picks me up when I walk around like this, so hopefully I don't sound
That's what I'll get you instead.
Okay, so there is a door in front of you, and it's only a 10-foot door. It's basically just two 5-foot doors.
They yelled really bad.
There's the wall.
I'm already making this distinct.
The room itself, so the room of the inn isn't gigantic. It's only about yay big. So you're looking at, what is that, about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. 55 by 30. But that's the room you're in. There is...
You got your corners lopsided.
Oh, do I? Yeah, that's right, I do. Okay, so the window setup is there is a window right here and a window right here. They kind of ring the door to allow people to kind of see out into the main square. There is one window to the side, and then there's one window here. There's the door that leads upstairs. Then there's the door that led downstairs, and then there's two windows back here.
Where's the door to the kitchen?
Right here. So yeah, it's just a little room. There's two doors on the same side as the big doors leading out. There's one window that points out to the side of the building on the opposite wall from the door to the kitchen. And then there's three windows on the back side, kind of framed by the two doors there, one leading up and one that's been closed, but that Kenna kind of figured was full of vines and seems to go up to maybe where the rooms are. So it's quite a small inn. It's certainly not as fancy as some of the other ones you've been in. But that's what you've got.
I want to... Yeah, so I'll set up in front of the door and make sure everybody's...
Okay, go ahead and place yourself down.
This is the door, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do it like right there.
Okay, so you stay back kind of 5 feet or so.
But then...
try to
what-
frame the door.
And what I want to do is I want to... As soon as everybody's ready, I'm going to take like just a step forward for a second and just... Yeah, we're home! And then kick it open.
Yeah, we're home, and then just kick the door open.
As hard as I can, yeah.
Okay.
Opens inward.
Yeah, I know.
Not
I'm
anymore.
using enough force to make sure this
Anymore,
is a
then.
swinging door.
Okay. So yeah, you say, yeah, we're home, and you kick the door as hard as you can. Roll a...
I hope I don't break my leg.
roll
here.
athletics.
Please God.
Hey! I'm athletic.
What'd you roll?
21.
Oh, wow. Okay, you are athletic.
Okay. So, Dis leans back, steps forward, and just kicks that door in like he's a police coming to look for something. And yeah, no great surprise. Those doors have been in the fog for a long time, and they were maybe held together all that well to begin with either. And both doors honestly just kind of pop right off their hinges as you kick them flat open. They drop, and you look out into the market, and through that 10-foot layer of fog that you can see out into the market, you see several shambling shapes begin moving forward. There's one just to the side of the door who seems to, either by luck or by some sort of intelligence, moved to the side when you said, yeah, we're home. So the door didn't flatten it, in any rate, but it stands to the side, and there are several more that come shambling out from the fog. And all of them, they kind of look like if you took a rotting log, left it out for way too long, and then kind of gave it sentience and merged it with a person. So they're definitely humanoid, but they're kind of half made of wood and half made of vines. And they just sort of shamble forward, kind of like a slow zombie, but they drip this stagnant ooze, this slime and, fetid water. And they just start moving towards the open door.
Hold on a sec.
No holding on.
Guys, I still have 10 potions of acid protection.
Quick, chug it.
Is that how it works?
What was it?
Or you can just, I thought it was you just put it on yourself.
I'm protecting my
Dump it over
insides
your
from
head.
acid.
Your insides from acid.
We know the vines are acidic.
Yep.
Acidic.
This is true. Because I have some of the poison in the vial.
Yeah.
Or there.
First action, toss you each an acid potion.
Could douse myself.
Lazarus will, we'll come back to you in a little
I'll
while.
chill here for a bit.
Okay, I need everybody to roll initiative. So, for those of you at home, there are 6 of these shambling, horrible, putrid-like creatures, slowly moving towards the door, and one is off to the side almost directly. Give me just 1 second here. We haven't done combat in quite a few weeks. So while I have to write this out anyway and kind of get the battle set up, why don't you guys go through really quick what you've got in the tank right now, what you haven't used, what spell slots you have left. Kind of get yourselves back into the combat mindset.
I have all my spell slots.
I think he's saying he's not going to make this easy on you.
You think? You have all your spell slots available to
I
us?
do, yes.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm actually ready. Yeah, I'm fully prepared.
Wow.
I
I feel like you're
have
cheating.
all my spell slots except for the mage armor one that I always use. Yeah, let's just have these. I have Mage Armor Shield, Detect Magic, Magic Missile, Misty Step, Invisibility, Mind Spike, Phantasmal Force, Haste, Fireball, Counterspell, Polymorph, Banishment, and Sickening Radiance on.
Sickening Radiance.
I have...
It's one of my new spells. I'll read it after.
No, go ahead.
Well, it'll take me a sec to pull it up.
I have both my shapeshifts. I am down 2 third-level slots, so I only have 1 left there. But then I have all my other spell slots. And then I have Cure Wounds, Healing Word, Good Berry, Lesser Resto, Moonbeam, Pass Without Trace, Dark Vision, Protection from Poison, Speak with Plants, Conjure Animals, Ice Storm, Blight, Mass Cure Wounds, and Conjure Elemental. So I can conjure some shit.
Okay, so
And I have those potions.
So Sickening Radiance is a 4th level evocation spell. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Dim greenish light spreads around within a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. The light spreads around corners and lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there, the creature must succeed a con save or take 4d10 radiant damage and suffers 1 level of exhaustion and emits a dim greenish light in 5-foot radius. The light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible. The light and any levels of exhaustion caused by the spell go away when the spell ends. So, the longer you stand in it, the more exhausted you get.
Gotcha.
So, if I get something to stand in there for... How many levels of exhaustion are there?
I think
6?
there's 5 until you're dead or something.
Yeah, I think 6
But
is
then, like,
death,
after
isn't it?
3rd, you're just fucked. Anyways.
Yeah, you can't...
Not bad.
You couldn't move out of it after 3rd. So, it's pretty decent.
Okay. Everybody ready then? Very well. So, initiative rolls, if you please. 20 and above. Kenna, alright. Kenna, what'd you get?
23.
Wow.
23.
Highest initiative roll for Kenna ever.
20 and or 15 and above.
19.
Okay. Nim.
Just picking up the rear.
19.
He was shocked that he actually kicked down the door.
So, yeah, he's just like, whoa, it opens! And he's like, oh, God! Okay, then the next one would be... And Dis, what did you roll?
11.
Okay. Okay.
With all your bonuses and shit.
Plus that.
Rolled a 2 then, eh?
Yep.
Well, you know, these things happen.
Sometimes they really do be like that.
Okay, so to recap very quickly, there are these horrible, shambling, half plant matter, half human creatures slowly dragging themselves towards the building. As they move, they leave puddles of water behind them. And they just seem to be kind of coated in what kind of looks like swamp muck. If you had to give it it's got that putrid, rotting plant smell. Luckily for you, that means that the water that comes off of them, not very clean. But, certainly disgusting. Okay, so, Kenna, you see all of these creatures through the doorway, and, I mean, that's not great, so what's the plan?
Well, we're slightly outnumbered right now, and I would like to put a stop to that.
That seems fair.
So I'm going to conjure animals.
Okay.
Outnumber
What sort
us,
of
right?
animals does she get in this mysterious
Yeah.
pocket foggy place?
Yes. What challenge rating are you going for, and how
I
many?
want 4 at half.
4 at a half challenge rating. Okay. Give me 2 seconds to open the thing for that.
Should have had some foresight. Conjured an elemental. You
I
don't have
did
that
think about that. I do have that on.
on? Oh, do you?
Half challenge rating, right?
Yeah. I have a thought for that. I can't
But
conjure
it's-
them both at the same time.
I know, but it's a minute to conjure elemental.
I haven't used that one before. Ah, shoot.
Yeah, it's quite strong, but you
I
have,
didn't know that.
you have to kind of prepare it before. It's for when you know you're going into something.
Okay. I think
I thought it was an instant cast. My bad.
No, it's all good.
I've got something for you. You just see if I happen to have the card on hand. If not, get your phone out and get ready to search up their
Oh, yeah. I can do it. What is it?
stat blocks. You are going to summon, how many was it? 4?
4.
You are going to summon 4 crocodiles.
Ooh. Crocodilies.
The crocodilios.
And I just need what size they are.
Crocs are an offense against fashion.
Oh, here somewhere.
Well, it can hold its breath for a long time. They're large beasts.
They're large. Okay.
Yep.
Then that means we might have to kind of move them around a little bit to make sure that they fit in okay.
Large
Crocodile
in
supposed to be
charge.
in there. I must already have pulled out crocodile. Yes, I must have. So yeah, just let me know when you've got the stat block for them, and we'll.
I have the stat block.
Okay. So record down how much health they got, and you said they were large, so we'll need
Yeah.
to use the larger things for them, so let me grab a couple of those real quick. I got wolf and stuff, but don't know if I have crocodile.
I can look through those stuff while you're saying that.
Sure, just take a look through there. There should be a crocodile in there somewhere. Okay, so 4 large ones. We'll put them down. So where did you summon them? Like at what point? Did you try to get them like between the door and the creatures?
Between us and the creatures, yeah.
Okay, that sounds fine. Then I think we can squeeze 2 in here. The other ones will have to be kind of on
I
the
partially just want
outside.
to see what kind of damage these things will do.
Yeah. And roll initiative for the crocodiles.
Each separately? Or just
No, as a pack.
It's just their decks.
Yeah. I was just checking. It's just 7.
Okay, which actually I think for that works just fine, because that puts them after Dis, which means they don't lose a turn.
Perfect.
Not that I think the crocodiles could roll above a 23 to not get a turn anyway.
Yeah.
What was it, a 9?
7.
7, okay. Alright, we have crocodiles on the field. They look, not to belittle the point or anything, but they look like regular crocodiles.
With a little bit of a magical aura to them.
Yes, certainly, because their attacks are magical. Okay, so by the way, what did you say to summon these new creatures you haven't had a chance to work with yet?
Well, I don't know what I'm summoning, so I would think I would just say what I would always say is Anonymous!
Anonymous. Very well. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Lazarus.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
And they each have, just so that people are aware, 19 HP, 12 AC, they can move 20 feet.
25 HP.
25 HP? I have 19 on her summon.
Because of my summons.
Oh, right, of course. Of course. Yeah, that seems to be about the gist of it. Ooh, and their bite comes with a restraint.
It
That's not
does.
so
They're
bad.
grappled.
That is not so bad. Counts as a...
Makes sense.
What's our restrain? Restrained creature speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. They also have disadvantage on dexterity saves. Should some crazy-ass wizard throw a Mind Spike at him. Mind Spike, of course, being code for Nim for Fireball, for those of you that may be new.
And I obviously give them the direction to attack creatures.
Very well.
Keep us safe.
Keep us safe.
That's the other piece I'm adding in there this time.
Keep Kenna safe.
Well, no. Myself, Nim, and Dis.
Okay. Kenna, anything else you want to do for your turn?
Is it possible to just, bonus action grab those potions out of my bag? Not toss them, but just have them in my hand?
It's usually an action to retrieve a potion from your bag.
Okay.
But if you do it as a bonus this round
Yeah.
and just use
Yes.
a bonus next round to do it, I'll consider that fine.
Okay.
Just to keep things moving nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good to me. By the way, this never stopped. There's just that constant rattling in the background.
Feel super safe.
Okay, if that is it from Kenna, Nim, it is your turn.
He's,
Trying to think. What do...
I'm trying to figure out if I took an ASI. If I was good with it.
was that Great Weapon Master?
Yeah, but I didn't mark it down anywhere. But that's what I'm thinking, because I had Heavy Weapon as a property.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I was trying to figure out why I did Heavy Weapon.
You took that for Great Weapon Master, I think.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that makes sense, because I remember getting multiple attacks last time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we did a battle. Mostly just, honestly, just due to the events of the story and how they unfurled. It just, you guys hadn't really gone and pissed off anything hard enough to fight you since Nim and Dis started that street brawl.
That's right.
We couldn't
No, we
really-
weren't all involved in that.
That's right. Not everybody fought in that street brawl.
And we couldn't really go popping off.
No.
This is
Well, I
true.
went ape. I just didn't go
Giant
ape.
That's true. He did literally go ape. That's fair. Okay, so Nim, that's you, buddy.
Yeah. No, I'm
I mean,
just...
you could toast the crocodiles too.
Yeah, I don't really want
Toasted crocodile isn't actually that bad. I had it in the Philippines.
Crocodile meat is actually super good. I've had crocodile jerky.
Plus,
Okay. I think what I'm going to do, because Dis is coming up and I should use my concentration, is I'm just going to haste Dis this round.
Okay. So you, what do you say to haste Dis?
I mean, you need to have a front line.
And Dis, you do have written down what your weapon does, right? In case you
Yeah.
feel the need to activate any of its
Mostly.
shenanigans.
It's very cryptic here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it.
It's very
we
cryptic.
do need those official cards from
Yes, yeah. Let me put a reminder for myself to print that off, actually.
because I still only have the loose description.
Yeah, mine does necrotic damage and plus 2d6 necrotic.
Well, that's good to know.
That's active.
Because if I see yours doing necrotic damage, I'll know if necrotic is good
That's
to use
if he
or not.
activates the
Yeah, if I
the
activate
Hail
it.
Mary.
Yeah.
And then I probably won't because then I lose -1 this magical property and
Yeah, you lose
it's
the
heavy
whole-
property.
Oh.
Though the heavy property is really only working for me to get Great Weapon Master right now. My next level is my big one where I get my extra attack.
I almost wrote in my note, make God cards. And I was like, no, this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, who should I give this to?
If it's maintaining the effect, give it to me, because I'm the one that needs to remember to have you roll
That
con
gives
saves.
me
Plus
Yeah.
2 AC too.
Do you want my
Gives me advantage
conjure
on
to
deck
do that?
saves.
Yes, please.
It gives me plus 2 AC or deck save.
I can read it, yeah. So, choose a willing creature that you can see within range until the spell ends. The target's speed is doubled. It gains +2 to its AC, has advantage on dexterity saves, and gains an additional action on each of its turns. That action can be used only to take an attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action.
Also, when it fades or if you get it knocked off, I'm going to be. I have I exhaust for a turn or something. I don't.
It's,
You miss a turn.
I miss a turn.
Yeah, when the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps it.
No, it's a minute cast anyway.
That was some good drugs.
That's right. He is on speed and ready to go.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Surf and Turf does not officially endorse speed. Please don't take speed.
What do I say to cast it again?
Yeah.
I go...
Mine's fine.
Yeah, no. Shake and bake.
Goddamn.
You gotta add baby to the end of that.
Shake and bake, baby.
Okay. So, Dis, obviously you feel that swell of like, oh man, I'm ready to go.
I don't even wear that haste.
Excuse me. Okay, so Dis hasted. Nim, anything else for your turn?
If I move, because only the left door is open right now.
They're both open. Dis kicked it right in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just stand there for now.
There's crocodiles in the way.
Yeah. I'll get my stance on, like I'm ready to cast a Mind Spike, though.
Alright, Nim gets low, gets ready, gets fast. Okay. That's the end of Nim's turn. That means it is their turn. So, first of all, each of the creatures is going to attack one of the crocodiles because it kind of caught them by surprise, and obviously it's blocking their path anyway, so they need them out of the way. Also, you all hear two loud smashing sounds as glass shatters behind you, and two of the creatures begin crawling through two of the windows behind you.
Oh, it's almost like he had two fingers.
Willie is freaking out.
So there are now two of them crawling through the windows behind you. It does seem to use most of their movement to get through the windows, and very likely burned their attack, breaking the windows in the first place. But nevertheless, they are now inside the inn and creeping up behind Nim and Kenna, while Dis is obviously guarding the door. So for the ones that can attack, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 out there, and we have 4 crocodiles. The crocodiles are in the way, but only 2 of them are really in the way. So I think This one that was at the side is gonna sneak through here to get to Dis. So 1 attack will go to Dis, and then there will be 2 attacks to the crocodile that managed to get summoned right in front of the door.
Wait,
Yeah,
we'll call him number 1.
sure. Actually, if anybody has...
Can we do the little dice
Yeah,
on
little
them?
dice
Easier.
indicators so we know which is which. So yeah, they'll
I
attack
was going to
the...
say just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
Just from...
so it'd be 2.
2.
I don't have them.
Oh, you don't have them? Okay,
Magic.
actually,
We have
I
a
think
bunch
I
of
know.
D6.
Yeah, just when somebody do it. So 2 of them are going to attack what would be crocodile number 2, and then 3 of them are going to attack crocodile number 3 because it's in the way.
2 and 3.
So,
I don't have a reaction yet, right? Because I haven't got to my turn.
correct. So, I mean, I guess would they all do that right away? No. Okay, so let's do some attacks. So 2 attacks to crocodile number 2. Let's see how those go. That is a 16 and a 14.
Both hit.
Okay. 1 hit. 11 damage.
That was on number 2.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other is 16 damage.
And that's on number 3.
No, that's still on number 2. That's the 2 that attack number 2.
Number 2 is dead.
Okay, so both of them, they kind of lean in and they pause for a moment, and then they just sort of kind of tilt their bodies and whip their arms around to smack the crocodiles. You do notice when they claw into it, there is a certain amount of like necrotic and lethargy that kind of swings through, and you can see the claw marks start to kind of rot already, and then the beast disappears.
Okay. Good thing I have Lazarus on.
The 3 that will attack crocodile number 3 are going to go. That one might not hit. That's 12.
Hits.
And the other was above 12, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
And then the last one misses.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 2 strikes. 13 and 15.
Dead.
Okay, the other crocodile, or one of the other crocodiles disappears. That's crocodile number 3. And the creatures begin moving towards the door. This one actually uses some of its movement to just kind of come over this way. This one moves up here towards the window. This one moves here, here, and here.
Opportunity. No, never mind, because they don't have it.
No, because they're large crocodiles, and it's their first turn. I think that is it for them. So basically, 2 crocodiles killed, and the entire pack starts to press their way in through the door. That is it for them. That takes us to Dis.
Alright, I'll just attack the one in front of me.
Okay, so that'll be... Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright. For 27.
That is definitely a hit.
Sneak attack.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm making 6 of it. Okay.
It's okay. I know it's been a while.
Let's see. Okay. So... damn it. End of the 8.
Are you doing superiority?
Yeah.
Oh no, your sword's doing right.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't bad. 18, 23, 29.
29. And your damage is slashing?
Yes, it's a longsword right now. And I think it doesn't have a necrotic property yet, because
No.
it didn't activate.
Okay. So that is 29 damage to the one that is right in front of you, which, for the sake of argument, we will call number 4.
Oh wait, does it look?
How many turns?
Under half.
Under half?
Yeah.
Haste my,
Fairly hurt, definitely.
I'll haste my second action,
Okay.
or haste attack, it again,
Takes a
and
long time.
I'm going to use Great Weapon Master and Precision Attack.
Okay. So knock the 5 off, but up the damage.
I think I roll it like this. Oh, fuck, I didn't need to do that. So, 24.
Definitely a hit.
Okay. So that's Precision Attack. Oh, it adds it to your attack roll, not your damage roll. For
Yeah,
that.
not your
That's
damage
the-
roll. That's a different one that adds to your damage roll.
So you're rolling longsword damage, great weapon, I think.
Yeah, I'm Great Weapon Mastering it. So,
That's the one that just adds 10.
yeah, 10 to the mighty damage roll.
10 to the damage.
So this is D8. Okay, so that would be 21 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, 21 damage.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first chance you've gotten to use your, what was it, a longsword is your god weapon right now?
Yeah.
I forget, because we switched yours when you kind of changed your class a little bit.
Yeah.
So you pull out the weapon, and immediately, as soon as you feel the threat, there's a connection between you and the sword. You feel very comfortable. Your hand slips into the grip. You're like, oh yeah, here we go. And one of the creatures kind of shambles forward, and you're just like, yeah, and you cut 2 of its arms off, and then you're like, yeah, and you cut the head off. And you just look at the weapon, you're like, oh yeah.
So because of that, I get the Great Weapon Master thing of when I kill something, I can make another melee weapon attack as a bonus.
Yep.
And I didn't use a bonus as the haste action, because
Yep.
that was counted as his own action.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm
So
gonna,
you can attack that mob.
I'm going to precision attack again with Great Weapon Master.
Okay, go ahead.
Higher roll, so.
Yeah,
this is
definitely
like-
a hit.
That was 18. Yeah, that's.
Their AC's not super high anyway. They're basically walking sticks and people.
Ooh. So that would be 16, 24 damage.
24. Okay. So you kind of, fresh off the high of taking out that one super easy, you're just kind of like, all right, let's do this, baby. And you just swing into the next one. You lop one of his arms off and go halfway into the torso and then pull out. And you're like, yeah. And it looks about over half hurt as well.
Okay.
You will notice there's been no screams of pain or anything like that. They don't seem to have feeling of any kind. There's just the constant rattle behind them.
Has it gotten louder?
It's about as loud as it was when it started happening constantly, and it's maintained that pretty consistently.
Okay.
Anything else from Dis? I guess you've used both actions and your bonus.
I can still move.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll just stay there for now.
Okay. Dis kind of sets his legs, continues to more or less block the opening.
Come at me.
All right. Now we move to the crocodiles, the 2 that are left.
They're gonna move in and attack.
Okay. Just the mobs closest to them, I guess?
Yeah, that would make the most. Well, I told them to protect us, so I think they would come to the people that are, like, closest to us. So, yeah, push it straight forward, Cody.
Okay, so
No,
they'll move a little
Yeah.
closer to the door if they can.
Yeah.
So he's going to go after that one in the window, and this guy's going to attack which one?
Yeah.
Yeah, something around there.
Something like that.
Okay, so the first crocodile will attack this one that was kind of making his way towards one of the front windows, maybe to break in through there instead of being at the choke point.
14.
For a hit. That's a hit.
And
And use his strike.
20. Not net.
Also a hit.
Only D10.
Which one is the second one attacking? It's by 2 of them.
Oh, it would be the one closest
To the wall.
to the wall. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I
fine.
figured. That's what I assumed. Okay, so both will definitely hit. They are magical damage, but what kind of damage is it?
Piercing.
Okay. Actually, that doesn't matter with this because they're magical.
So 10
10 damage to the one.
to the first one.
Okay.
And he's restrained.
And
Yeah,
he's
and he would be
restrained.
restrained.
And
There's not even a roll for it, as far as I can tell. It's just, and they're, or no.
Oh, no, there is a
Oh, they're
roll.
grappled, but they have to escape.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they have to
Okay.
escape it.
So that one
and
takes
then the
10.
other one takes 6 damage.
Okay, and then that one takes 6. Which is kind of ironic, because on my sheet that one's called mob number 6. Funny how little things work out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, both of those mobs are now restrained as well. So 2 of them have been kind of locked down from the crocodile and will have disadvantage in the usual. Okay, anything else from the crocodiles? They really, very simplistic. The crocodiles just move up and just clamp onto their legs.
Start death rolling.
It doesn't give them a death roll. Only Giant Croc, I think, gets the death roll. Nothing else from the crocodiles?
No.
Okay, then that'll take us to Kenna.
Okay.
I just want to, like, while you guys are thinking, I just want to be like...
Come on, Kenna.
So I'm going to turn around.
Okay.
And
So dramatic.
Just, wah!
essentially, I'm going to cast Ice Storm on the guys behind us.
Okay. Read Ice Storm for us.
A hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dex saving throw. A creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
I think you smoked us with it.
No, I didn't.
Where
I
are
can
you
choose
dropping the
point.
radius?
Yes. Sorry. couldn't count from over there.
Okay.
Went right on the door for him.
No, I just need to...
20-foot radius.
Yeah, I want it so that it ends right there. So... Huh? What do
You
you...
can't see it through the wall.
The doors are... This is a wall.
It doesn't need to... I don't need to see the point.
Yeah, you do. Cast any spell, you need to see the point of casting.
Yeah. Any point you can see within.
But, like, you have 20 feet of radius if you aim it right on
Right
the
there?
wall. But it comes right up to you.
No, that's fine. We'll be just outside of it? Or we'll be in it?
No,
Just let me know where your point
No,
is.
they're on the edge.
So right there would be the point?
Right there?
Yeah?
I don't know if it gets both of them, maybe.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. We'll go there then.
Okay. Right there. So obviously that guy gets caught by it, but it misses the other guy.
And us.
And you guys, which is always nice. But you did catch the one coming out of the window closer to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So you just roll damage? Is that, or it has to do with dex save, right, to avoid
It has
some?
to be a dex save, yes.
Okay. We'll see how dexterous these slow shambling trees are. That's definitely going to fail. It's like a 7.
Okay.
I imagine it will take the full hail.
You need more dice.
I need more d6.
And it'll make it difficult terrain there after that, right?
Just until the end of my next turn.
Okay, for
So-
one round.
For 1 round.
Sounds good.
2. So it's going to take 6 bludgeoning.
Okay. 6 bludgeoning, and it is that one.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And 20 cold damage.
And 20 cold damage.
I'm just going to point out both my dice rolled 6s there.
They did.
Figures a divination wizard would try to take credit for luck.
Shocking.
There is no luck. I foresaw this.
Okay, yeah, so you throw your hands out and all of a sudden, like, the entire inside of this inn, the temperature just plummets as suddenly hail starts coming from the ceiling and pummels the crap out of the one mob. Doesn't quite kill it, but, you know, definitely seems to have injured it quite a bit, and now it's standing on super icy ground.
Yeah.
It will be slower, and maybe even the other one if it's too stupid to not avoid it. We'll have to see. Anything else?
I was grabbing the potions, but I'm going to stop grabbing them out of my bag. I don't know if they're necessary. And I'm just going to cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
Bonus action Shillelagh.
Sounds good. Okay, so yeah, you know, bring out your club, and you get the blue barbed wire that your shillelagh action conjures, and you're ready to go.
Crack it all over your stuff.
Nim, you're next.
All right, it's been a while.
It's a little chilly, Nim.
All right, well, we gotta heat it up a bit.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, if he fireballs in the building, I'm melting the ice.
If I fireball in the building, I'm not a very smart wizard.
And yet, it's happened before.
What?
Not by wizard.
That's true.
Only
Not
by
by
a
a
bard.
wizard. Only a bard would fireball a building he's standing in.
Okay, I'm gonna fireball, and I should, because usually
It's a 20-foot radius too, right?
it's 20-foot radius. I think I'm gonna fireball right here.
Okay.
Gonna have it come right in through the doors for a
10,
little
15, 20. Yeah, so it'll just come in the door and
Should smoke everyone, including the crocodile.
right here.
bit. I think
This is
everybody's-
these two.
everybody's in.
The crocodile dodges it by
This
one.
this one does, that one doesn't.
Yeah, so it hits all the mobs except this crocodile, basically.
Yeah, so crocodile number 4 is gonna have to make a save.
Okay, and
I think
the
crocodile number 4 is just
The
and I
five
should point
creatures
out I'm
there.
gonna cast it at the 5th level.
okay. Nim has decided he hates these plants.
Crocodile is not Dexy.
Okay, so I have 5 dex
So
saves I have to do. So mob number 1 is a 5, so that's a fail. Mob number 2 is a 5 as well, so that's a fail. Mob number 3 rolled a nat 20, so I guess he makes it. Next mob is 16. Is that a success or a fail on a dex save for you?
I think mine's 17 now.
Okay, so still a fail. And the other one's a fail. So only one of them manages to not
Actually, can I
fail
just
the
roll?
roll.
Was number 3 the one that I've already hit?
No, number 3 is outside of the building. The number system is just however I put him down the first time, so...
Brennan can make some of your d6.
Sure.
So this is going to be a pretty big fireball. I'm
It's,
thinking.
it's 10d6.
Yeah,
10d6. Yeah, that's...
As soon as he yells Mind Spike, I block my face.
Oh.
It wouldn't even
lost
matter.
one
You're
off the
facing the other direction anyway, because you were casting in the
I'll
other
be nice
direction.
and cool on one side and get the...
Just bacon on the
That's
other
That's a lot of
side.
6s.
That is a lot of
That
sixes.
is a fair amount of 6s. Okay, here we go.
So that's 6,
Obliteration.
12, 18, 24,
So my crocodile is dead.
30.
Six.
That certainly sounds about right, yeah.
Is that 41,
By the way, probably
44,
still dead even though he...
these
he's
two.
okay.
The other one was completely outside it, so
Was
one
this
crocodile
44?
is safe.
No, that one wasn't.
So I think it's 44.
Because it should be 10. Oh, this one.
You dropped one
Oh,
on the floor, remember?
45,
yeah, you got it.
45.
I think.
So 30, 5, 9, 42,
Oh, wait, is it one back?
44.
Oh, God, I didn't see that one.
44?
44 in total.
Yeah.
So 44 damage?
44 damage.
44 damage.
Tell the crocodile, I say.
6 mobs.
Mind spike. I'm sorry.
Isn't that 45 damage? In case it matters. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 39, 40. No, wait, I can discount that.
Yeah, it's
41, 44.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just kind of...
This one.
I'm not missing it.
What's that? No, that's 5 dice.
Okay, official number?
44.
44.
Yeah, 44.
All right, every mob except the one that succeeded the save instantly kind of into a fireball. That does still leave the 2 still inside the building left alive as well, of course. I need a con save from the 3 of you.
Okay.
Oh, they all smell like shit after being burnt out. The dust.
Do I get advantage? I have my work as so do I get advantage?
You're gonna have to eat the dust
No,
into
it's
your
not
lungs.
that. It's not a con save that's like trying to interrupt your magic.
Okay.
It's for something else.
You all breathed in the dust from using fire.
I'm facing the other direction.
It was necessary.
Okay, what was the con saves?
8.
Okay. Fail,
15.
What's
succeed.
my con?
Almost.
Can I use lucky on this?
What does Lucky say?
Saving throw.
Yeah, then you're fine.
I think it's the one that you haven't given him the number.
Okay, so luck point.
Yeah, there's certain, because I don't think you can Lucky, like, death saves and stuff like that, but...
One better. Okay, 14.
Just barely, sorry, Nim.
We tried.
Okay, so Kenna, perhaps because she's facing the other direction, you feel the warm blast of air go by behind you, and you're kind of like, oh, Nim must have fireballed. The two of you that are facing the other direction, as these mobs incinerate, there's this blackened ash that kicks off of them and blows through the fireball back into your faces. You both immediately begin coughing as your throat starts to tighten up, like you've inhaled something fairly toxic. You will have disadvantage on your attack rolls just for the next turn while you kind of try to recover your ability to breathe properly.
Yeah, I don't make attack rolls usually. Sorry, Dis.
Yeah. Oh, no. It also makes you kind of hack and stuff, but it's not enough that I'm prepared to say it interrupts spellcasting of any kind, so... it really just kind of takes the air out of your lungs. But nevertheless, 5 mobs or so are completely toasted. And 1 crocodile. Okay, Nim. I mean, not that you need to do anything else necessarily, but you got anything else you want to do?
Yeah. Now that the majority of them are behind us, I'm just going to move, what is that? 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay, so Nim moves towards the door, but then cuts to the right and kind of camps behind one of those windows facing back towards the much more mobs, well, one more mob, than inside.
Fortunately,
So
he's pretty safe underneath the windowsill.
Oh yeah, nothing can get him there. But yeah, so we've got 2 inside, 1 trapped on ice, and 1 still barely alive outside. It's like more than half charred. Now it is their turns. I'd like to tell you they run away in fear, but they're way too dumb for that. So, let's put this back. Okay, 1 is going to move forward. That one just barely makes it out because it's too dumb to avoid it. That one makes it there. Okay. So, one of them tries to make it towards the party, but crosses the ice because it just seems dumb as a post. Shambling things. And doesn't quite make it to the party. The one that was outside, comes through the door and moves towards Dis. And the other makes it just off the ice sheet to come at Kenna. For the 2 of you that now have someone in front of you, you brace for the claw attack, and instead they both just come up and kind of wiggle a little bit, and then they just vomit vines onto you. Each one of you becomes covered in... Dis, you are covered in 6 vines. Nim, you are covered in 5.
Yeah.
Kenna, you are covered in 5.
Yeah, it's the last draw. We're going to have to burn this place down now.
The whole thing.
Just burn it down!
Spider got into the fridge, burn it down.
These vines, as soon as they're on top of you, you feel those thorns dig into your flesh a little bit to kind of attach there. You will take 1 necrotic damage from them each turn at the beginning of your turn for each one that's on you, until they're gone. You can try to hit them, and you can also use an action to just rip them off of your body and get 1d3 of them off each turn if you choose to take that action instead. They are separate, so if you choose to attack them with an attack action instead, you can really only hit like 1 or 2. You can't really cleave at yourself without being pretty dangerous. Yeah. So at the start of your turn, that's what will happen. That's all they do. They just vomit the vines onto you. Dis, it'll be the start of your turn. You will take 6 damage, 6 necrotic damage. from the vines at the start of your turn. And when they do that, you can just kind of feel those thorns that have stuck into you. They seem to penetrate just a little deeper at the start of your turn. Oh, ow, I poked myself really hard to prove the point. But yeah, now it's your turn, yes.
Okay. Can we use my haste action to attack the one diagonal to me?
Okay, the one in front of you. That's the one that's like half charred from the fireball. He's looking pretty rough.
Disadvantage.
And yes, sorry, disadvantage from the smoke.
22.
Still a hit.
For 9 damage.
Okay. You raise your weapon, covered in these vines, but nevertheless kind of... and you're just swinging your god weapon at him. And yeah, you just kind of carve into his chest a couple of times, and it sort of disintegrates into a pile of rotted wood and dies.
Did I? I'm going to move here.
Okay, so you backtrack around Kenna to go to the one that she had hit with hail.
I'm going to use my my Great Weapon Master thing for killing that one to kill or attack this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn. That'd be a 14.
Still a hit.
Woo!
With the 4 roll. Yes. For that would just be 15 or 13 damage.
13 damage, okay.
You
Okay.
killed the one that had spit the vines on you, right?
Yeah.
Do you still have vines on it?
Yes. Killing the monster does not remove the vines. They're fully autonomous. So you walk around to that one, kind of gross and covered in goo and a little smelly, and I don't know if there's any particular way you want to slash at that partially frozen one.
Not really. I'd probably just...
Okay, just give it the old ha-ha.
Yeah, I'm still kind of...
Yeah, you're
gash
coughing, and... but yeah, you do manage to slice it, probably just across the legs. It starts to wobble on them a little bit, but it's not quite dead.
And then I'm going to try to remove the vines with my normal action.
So you take your free hand and try to rip some of them off of you.
Yeah.
So just roll a d3.
D4?
It's d3, so just roll a d4, but ignore the 4.
Oh, so...
Wait, so just re-roll if it rolls 4.
Yeah.
2.
Okay, so you pull off 2 of the vines that are attached to your body, leaving you with 4. And yeah, you just kind of slowly pry them off, and you can feel them kind of pop out of you a little bit, and there's a little bit of blood leaking through the holes, but removing them doesn't seem to have hurt you any, and you just kind of toss them.
And then...
Actually, what do you do with them in your hand?
I just toss them on the... probably toss them on a body of one of the things that disintegrated. Well, I guess they didn't really have a body, but I just toss it towards the door or outside the door if I could make it.
I don't know if you can... If you were going to try to throw them out the door, I'd make you, actually throw. If you just kind of casually chuck them towards
it's a try.
the door,
It's not
I think
like
that's
I'm
good
specifically
enough.
aiming for it.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
So I was right here, and then I moved there from here, so 10, 15...
And the one you're leaving can't
20,
opportunity because of your
25.
shenanigan stuff.
Yeah.
Your swashbuckling that makes them not get a
25.
opportunity attack.
Oh, shit. Can't quite do as much as I want. Oh, wait, no, I'm double speed.
Yeah, you're hasted still. And yeah, you don't even need a con roll because the leeches the vines were on you, not on the one that cast it on you.
Okay, and I have my turn. There.
Okay, so you back away from the creature you just hit. It can't opportunity attack you anyway, and you move around Kenna and try to just engage with the other one from its opposite side, maybe trying to draw its attention from Kenna.
Yeah.
That'll take us to the crocodile. He's been kind of left outside. Everybody else moved inside, and poor crocodile's just stuck outside.
Poor little crocodile.
He's only got 20 feet of movement speed, too, so I guess...
He's gonna dash because he can't see us.
That seems fine. He'd be worried.
Yeah. So... 5, 10, 15, 20.
He's got to go all the way across to fit through the door because he's...
Oh, okay. So... I'll add another 5 then, so 25. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 35. Tries to sneak in there, but he can't really fit all the way in there, so he can't really do anything yet.
Okay. And you used a dash, so it can't attack anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Crocodile suddenly just barges through the 2 doors and starts wiggling its way over there aggressively. Okay. Kenna, it's your turn. You take 5 necrotic damage from the vines, and you feel them dig into you a little deeper.
Gotta make your God save.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Crocodile go poof.
Good advantage.
Yep.
I pass, I'm sure.
I didn't figure a 5 would really break your concentration.
No.
Okay. Got 2 mobs left.
Well, you have +5 on your.
One that actually hasn't been hit by anything yet.
Yeah. Kind of stuck in between 2.
Yes.
Well, one's like...
Oh, the ice would go away at this point
Yes,
as well.
the ice is gone.
No longer there.
I'm occupying like 2 spaces.
Oh, you're on this one.
You're right there.
You're on that one.
And I'm in his...
Jeff Shadowway. Snaffle.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure...
Just club it.
But if I move here, I'm still in his. But then my crocodile can get in later, and I'll shillelagh the guy.
Okay. Shillelagh, does it make your weapon magical, or is it just the damage, the plus damage from Shillelagh is magical?
It's magical.
Okay.
Because it changes the damage die too.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. Okay.
So I guess, yeah, if it matters, my god weapon was magical as well.
It wouldn't have mattered, but I know.
I forgot when I said slashing, it was magical.
They're made of
14.
wood. Wood usually only has... 14's a hit.
For 9.
Okay. All right. You raise the shillelagh club with its blue barbed wire around it, and you just go whack, and its head just explodes, and it drops to the ground.
Hello.
All right, that leaves only 1 mob left alive.
How's the shaking?
It's still there. Still the ever constant rattling. That was the end of your turn, Kenna?
Yeah.
Okay. So you left... You've obviously used your action anyway.
Yeah.
So. Okay, then that's Nim.
Okay. I yell out, "Fireball!" and I mind spike that guy.
My crocodile's probably like, huh?
I don't know if the crocodile has the capacity to be confused. Its intelligence is 2.
It's super smart, Jesse.
It looks confused to Kenna. That's what's important. Kenna's like, that is a confused crocodile.
That crocodile heard fire.
Okay, so you have to make a wisdom save on that guy.
Okay, let's see how wise these creatures are. That's a solid 11.
Okay, so he takes 17. What type of damage is it?
Psychic, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's psychic damage. I can check though.
It doesn't matter what type of damage it is.
It's magical, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's actually some psychic spells that can't do damage to things with certain intelligence low.
Only if the spell itself specifically mentions it.
It's probably like cutting words and stuff or something.
Yeah, I think cutting
words,
words, it has to be able to understand your language. So if it has no languages, like, ironically, these, then it wouldn't have worked.
Although, I
This
just
is more of a
realized that I
spike.
screwed Dis because it's a concentration spell.
Oh, so haste drops.
Haste drops.
And Dis won't be able to act next round. That did kind of screw Dis, actually.
Sorry, Dis.
Oops.
Dis, he goes fireball and casts Mind Spike, and you see the mob shudder, and then you're like,
Oh god.
you come down hard.
I wasn't ready.
It was also probably pretty surprising, so you're just like, ah!
Okay. Cool.
What's the concentration part for Mind Spike that you're holding?
Yeah, it
right, that you
tracks
can tell where it is.
And it can't benefit from being invisible and gains no benefit from that condition. Okay.
You just really hate invisible people, don't you?
I do.
Nim is the counter to invisibility. Okay, anything else from Nim?
I will strafe this way, then strafe back this way, then strafe this way, and strafe back this way.
All right, for those of you at home, Nim is just like trying to like shadow step back and forth from one side of the door of the window frame to the other. Nim, that is the end of your turn, but I will note with your passive perception, over this, you've begun to hear a slightly different crackling sound, kind of like wood on fire.
Uh-oh.
On the outside of the room.
In the meantime, it is the mob's turn. Boy, what does it find? What does it find more threatening, Nim or the crocodile? I'm gonna go with this because I think there's no way this looks less threatening than a crocodile, especially after you've killed like what 2 of them yourself. Okay, so it will attack. When he's slowed down, there's no advantage. I don't think he just can't act.
No, he just can't.
And my AC dropped.
Yeah, it dropped by 2. Okay. So it good news, it doesn't throw up any more vines on you. That didn't recharge. So instead it's just gonna try to hit you with its hands. That is 13.
Miss.
Okay. So even though you're super slow now, it kind of goes to swing at you and you're just like turn to the side. Like it's so slow compared to your AC. You're just like no, you go back. That's the end of its turn. So, Dis, you take 4 more necrotic damage.
3 more?
4 more. You took 2 off.
Oh,
you
yeah, I
had
removed
6
2.
to start with.
Yeah. I thought I removed 3. Okay. And go ahead.
Yeah, and then you can't do anything else, so, Crocodile.
Wait, doesn't it just say you can't attack? Couldn't he...
It says he can't, attack or move or... It takes the fight out of him.
But he couldn't even use his action to try and...
It says he can't perform actions, I think.
Or take any actions.
Yeah, take any actions.
For how long?
It just zonks him out for that one turn. But that's okay. You guys haven't fought in a while. I'm sure Dis doesn't take it personally.
Crocodile's going to attack
The
Tree.
only remaining mob.
Yeah. And he's gonna biff.
What was the roll?
8.
Yeah. So it goes to snap at the creature, and honestly, the creature's been beat up enough that when it snaps onto his leg, the leg just drops off. So, okay, Kenna, you take 5 necrotic damage as your turn starts.
Yep. And I'm going to try to take vines off myself.
Okay. So again, roll a d4. If you get a 4, just roll it again.
3.
3, okay. So you pull 3 of the vines off your body. They've been on you a little longer, so when you pull it off, the holes are just a little bit deeper, but better off than on.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? That was your action.
That's
but...
my action, so I could bonus action heal, but yeah, sure, may as well. Who knows if something else is going to come out of that stupid thing. A bonus action healing word, yes.
Okay. So you hold out your hand and you say...
Feel better.
It's a good healing spell incantation.
Feels slightly better.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
She's pothole filling his body.
Well, that's good, because he's got little potholes in his body right now. The appropriate tool for the appropriate problem.
Also a good glass of beer. Pothole
Sorry.
filler.
Oh.
6.
6.
Yeah.
It's very thick.
Better than I can
All
do,
right.
I guess.
It's true.
Dis, you feel a couple of those holes just kind of pop back up. Anything else from Kenna? Oh, you
Yeah.
do have to do your con save for the damage you took, but I with your war thing.
I rolled a
roll higher than a 5.
16 the first
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
I'm gonna move back slightly.
okay. Just kind of back away from things.
Yeah. I don't want to get vomited on again if that happens. I'll go
Okay.
there.
Kenna, you back away from the creature towards one of the other windows facing the front of the inn, and as you finish that action to back up, you start smelling the faint whiff of campfire smoke.
It's the only safe building there is, Nim, and you're burning it.
I said this is the final straw.
I am done with this place! And speaking of which, we go to Nim.
Okay, well, now that I can hear and smell, I'll be like, okay, you guys get the zombie thing. I'm gonna go put out a fire.
Nim runs outside, out out into the market just enough to turn around.
Yeah.
And yeah, the entire frame around where the door is has caught on fire, and it's beginning to climb up the building, and it's burning off the vines, which is creating a blackish plume of that toxic smoke.
Okay, well, before it gets too out of hand, I'm just gonna start. I guess I can only prestidigitation once per turn, but it can put out small, I think, like 1 square worth of fire. So.
Yeah, 1 5-foot square. So yeah, you can kind of start trying to put it out. Are you starting at the bottom or the top?
Probably makes more sense to take it from the top, because it's just going to keep spreading up if I try to take it from the bottom, so...
Okay, so we'll say, for the sake of argument, you take out 5 feet of fire in the top left.
Sure.
Okay, that's it for Nim. The creature... That was a weird way that die rolled. Will try to slam this again. That's definitely not going to hit. It's like a 6. Dis, once again, these are slow zombies. It goes to swing at you, and you just, like, block it with one hand. And then it's your turn. You take 4 damage from the vines.
How weak does this thing look?
Not quite half, but it's like did drop off.
Okay, I'm gonna attack with Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
I crit.
Okay.
Wow.
Do we just call it dead? I'm gonna hit her for like 50 something.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could roll the crit table and do the thing, but the mob is dead. But you do get to decide how it dies. I mean, especially with a crit, you're gonna
I want
make
to
it good.
Yeah, I want to I want to just like spin around and build up so much momentum with this strike, and I'm just going to
Okay.
like use the flat of the god blade, and I'm basically going to hit it like a baseball swing because I'm so pissed. Right now, I just had to watch it just try to swing at me for a round, and I know it can't hit me. And I want to just make sure it disintegrates on impact and hit it like 1 billion miles an hour. And at the exact same time I do that, I want to try to sacrifice it in my head,
Okay.
knowing it's going to kill it.
All right, so Dis, brings out the weapon and points it upwards, and then he just starts spinning as fast as he can, around and around and around and around, and suddenly you just see, well, Ken is the only one left inside, you just see the sheen of a blade dropping, and then the mob just obliterates. Dis, it does sort of particleize when you hit it that hard, but nevertheless, you don't feel the satisfaction you would normally feel from sacrificing the creature. You're not sure if that's because it seems like it's already dead, or because it seems to be mostly made of vines and plants. You're not sure, but it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I was going to hit for 42 or 44 or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's dead. You do still have vines on you, but you're not hasted anymore, so you can't use the action to... But it's dead, so combat's over. I will note, when you're spinning, there's kind of that fevered pitch as you continue spinning around, and then as soon as you hit the mob, it just stops. Everything stops shaking.
That probably felt pretty good.
I assume immediately the two of you pull the rest of the
Yeah.
vines off your body? Okay.
And then I'm gonna run out and help Nim put out the fire with my druid craft.
Well, we'll deal with the fire in a moment,
Oh, God.
but we are at time for a break. I just didn't want to cut the combat short since we were so close.
So
So
while they do that, I'm going to run inside and check on Willie.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be right back. Wow, what a cliffhanger! I wonder what's going to happen next time. Seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, share us with your friends. If you hated what you heard, share us with your enemies. Seriously, though, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll find out what happens to Double Doubles and Dragons next time.